If you want to have a beautiful Arabic makeup with a shiny and beautiful skin, stay with me until the end of this video. Let's go! My model has combination skin, meaning her T-zone is oily, her cheeks are slightly pore-free, and the rest of her face is dry. We have already cleansed the model's face with a micellar water, and now we want to apply the skin primer. To hydrate her skin, I use Glam on the base and massage all part of her skin. Because she has open pores on her nose, I don't put it on her nose, but I closely massage under the eyes, smile lines, and all areas that are dry and wrinkled. We pause for 2 minutes to let it absorb, then we move on the next step. I still feel raw and dry under my fingers, so I use Clinique's under base lotion for dry areas and massage it in. If you don't have Clinique, you can use a moisturizing spray. For areas with open pores, we use Benefit Silicone Primer. The method of using this product is by tapping. It is better to use it by tapping on areas with pores and make sure to pause for 2 to 4 minutes until it is completely absorbed by the skin. Then, when we apply foundation, there should be no streaks or smudge under it. I use Wonder Woman cream, which is specifically for dry skin. I use a brush to apply this cream to the areas where I didn't apply primer. Now I use a water-based spray, moisten the blender and blend the cream. Make sure you have a tissue nearby so that when you apply the blender to your skin, you can wipe up the excess cream fat onto the tissue to make your skin more even. After applying foundation, be sure to dry your skin with a fan until you can feel your fingertip on the skin, which means your skin is ready for the next step. Now we need to contour the face. At this stage, if you want more coverage, you can use another layer of foundation, but I like this amount of coverage, so I'm going to contour. I want to use Bobbi Brown's Sticky Contour, which has a great color, and special contour brush. I apply the brush to the contour and pick up the amount of product I need, but I don't apply it directly to the skin. I first remove the excess oil on my hand, then apply it to my face. I do this diagonally and in very soft strokes, directing the darkness of the contour from under the cheekbones towards the lips. Because the forehead is wide, we completely contour the top of the forehead. For the nose contour, I want to implement a new method that I designed myself and called non-tour noise. With a brush, we darken the entire nose in a stroke manner. With this technique, your nose can easily become smaller, even if it has prominent nose or is large and fleshy. Now using concealer and a flat brush, Draw a thin line down the middle of the nose to make it smaller. The less light there is on the bridge of the nose, the more compact the nose will look. Now apply the concealer diagonally under the eyes and along the side of the nose, making the nose appear smaller on both sides. And to lift the eyes, we also apply concealer to the lower part of the eye towards the temples. We also apply concealer on the chin and between the eyebrows. And this area is the T-zone of the face and the 5 areas that are lighter. Now we start blending them with a wet microblender. Now to eliminate the dark and light borders, we use a large blender and tap the borders until they become smooth. For blushing, I use NARS liquid blush and with a brush. I first apply to my hand, remove excess oil and then apply it to my face. I apply blush in a C shape along the temples. This will make your face look more even and give you a more attractive and different makeup look. I also use a small amount of blush on my nose and a little on the forehead to make the contour color a little peachy. To make the skin shiny and glossy, it's best to use highlighter when the skin is still oily and hasn't dried with setting powder. Here I'm using Bobbi Brown's highlighter and I apply the highlighter to the areas I want to be glossy. As you can see, it gave my model's skin a very beautiful glow. Highlighter must be applied in a circular motion. We also apply highlighter to the tip of the nose and the bridge of the nose to make it appear slimmer and more attractive. Before drying the under eye area, we use the blender once again to remove the concealer fat. Ask the model to look up and now dry the under eye area completely with the 12 pad and glamorous fixing powder. When baking, you should be careful to bake to the line next to the nose and not at the dark area. Also, make sure that the area under the bridge of the nose is completely dry. Dry line the line under the cheekbones in the same way as you did with the contour. Be careful not to go into the dark part of the contour. I take the setting powder again and now I apply setting powder to the entire face, eliminating the line between darkness and light. Again, I use Skin Finish Dark or bronzer and repeat the dark areas. Now I use NARS blush in the color August and apply this powder blush on the areas where I had applied blush. And finally, to make my makeup last longer, I use Caroline Long Lasting Spray and apply it all over my face. This shadow style that I want to teach you is done without using concealer and we only work with oily pigments, smoky shine style. I take a palette of brown pigment and first apply it to my hand, then apply it in strokes to the center of the eye. When the model opens her eyes, the color we use should not be higher than the eyes crease. Catch the excess oil on a tissue and now raise the model's eyebrow and completely blend the top line of the foundation as shown in the image. If you want the eye shape to be elongated, blend the end of the shadow outwards. But if you want a round smoky eye, blend it in a C shape at the inner corner of the eye and do not blend it outwards. This is the eyeshadow base for when you don't want to use concealer or don't want it to be heavy on the back of your eyelid and want long-lasting pigment. I'm using the Morphe Powder Shadow Palette right now. With a large blending brush and a brick color, I start by drying and blending on top. I apply the eyeshadow in a circular motion to the front of the eye and connect into the contour of the nose. When fading the lower part of the eye for a lid, you must be careful to apply very little pressure so that the fat underneath doesn't accumulate and only nourishes it. Now we're going to use a dark brown powder shadow on the lower lash line and work it in a press-like manner. We slowly feed the edge of the work. We feed the inner part inwards. We take a little bit of the brown color again and repeat the same thing. We repeat this until we reach the desired color. For the front of the eye, we use white color in a press-fit manner, bringing it in up to 1/3 of the front of the eye and blending it into the previous shade. For the middle of the eye, I want to use the silver glitter and the shine that I mixed earlier. When you mix the glitter and the fine shine together, It gives you wonderful sparkle that looks like a star. To attach the wrist, you need NYX glue. But the way you apply the glow is very important to develop on this beautiful shine. First, you need to apply it to the eye with a fade brush, like in the picture. Tap it and spread it behind the eye. Then sprinkle the glitter on it in a raindrop shape. Be careful not to create a line or border when applying the adhesive behind the eye, as this will cause the glitter to fall behind the eye. Now we need to fade the area underneath with a clean fade brush. Draw the eye in this position so that it is easier to fade. The more you fade, the cleaner and more beautiful the cartoon will be. There should be no lines. Now take the same brown color from the powder eyeshadow palette and blow dry it. Then feed it completely back and forth and connect it to the shadow above. For the front part under the eye, I'm going to use the same garland I used above. I'm going to apply glue with a thin brush and then glue the garland. I use a black pencil from Statira and completely darken the inside of my eye. After applying eyeliner, use a fade brush and a dark brown color to fade the end of the eyeliner so that it looks like eyeshadow. We use MAC Skin Finish with a large compact brush to both brighten and cleanse under the eye. And now I use Skin Finish with a clean flat brush and apply it cleanly under the eyeshadow to both lift it and make it look cleaner. To design the lips, I use a brown color from a Gracie palette. You can use brown lipstick, and I designed the lip like this. Now I use a lighter brown color and apply it all over my lips. I hope you like this tutorial and send it to your friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to see other tutorials. I love you.
زين يا ربي حلاه بقوة يلعب بي وانا كيف اقنع اهداي